Okay, this tutorial is about factoring trinomials in the form of x squared plus bx plus c. Okay, a trinomial, when you have a trinomial, you're gonna have, when you factor it, you're gonna have two binomials multiplying together. So I'm gonna show you the diamond method. In this case, this number over here is what we call the product. And this number over here is what we call the addition or the summation. So we're gonna be looking for two numbers that when you multiply together, you get the product, which is 10. But at the same time, when you add those two numbers, you get 7. That's what we call addition. So those two numbers, well, you're going to look for numbers that multiply to give you 10. You got 10 times 1. That doesn't work because 10 times 1 is 10, but 10 plus 1 is 7. So 10 times 1 is 10, but 10 plus 1 is 11. So that one is not working. So that one is not working. So what about 5 times 2? Okay, 5 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10, but when you, 5 plus 2 gives you 7. So that one works. That works. So 5 and 2 would be those two numbers that I'm looking for. 5 and 2. So now we're gonna set it up. Like I said, when you are factoring a trinomial, you have a binomial times a binomial. The x squared, well, the x squared, you get it from x times x. So x will be here and x will be here because x times x is x squared. And then you have the numbers, okay? You have a plus 5 and a plus 2. And if you do the FOIL method, like in the previous chapter, this times this, that's x squared. This times that, that's 2x. This times that, that's 5x. This times that, that's 10. Well, you're gonna get the original trinomial. See, those two combined together gives you 7x plus 10. So yes, this is my factorization. Right? You can always check it by using the FOIL method or the distributive property twice. Now let's take a look at another example here. Now, again, this is my product and this is my addition. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply together, you get 18, but at the same time, when you add them, you get negative 9. So those two numbers are gonna be basically, when you multiply a negative times a negative, you're gonna get a positive. So this tells me that the product is positive and you're gonna have two negatives. Because again, a negative times a negative is a positive and a negative plus a negative gives you a negative. So I know my two numbers are gonna be negative. So two numbers that give you that. Well, you got negative 9 times 2. That doesn't work. Oh, negative 6 times 3. Negative 6 times 3. So negative 6 times 3. So let me put a different color. Negative 6 times 3. Let's see if it works. Negative 6 times 3. Negative 6 times, no, negative 6 times negative 3 gives you positive 8. So it checks. And negative 6 plus negative 3 gives you negative 9. So it checks. Those are the numbers. So easy. We got an x squared, so that would be x times x. So x here, right? And then we're going to have an x here. We got a negative 6 and a negative 3. So that would be my factorization. And you can do the FOIL method or distributive property twice, and you should be getting the same thing, the same trinomial that we start with. So let's take a look at the next one here. Again, we got x squared plus 7x minus 18. This is my product. This is my addition. My product is negative 18. And because our product is negative 18, okay, the only way you can have a negative 18 or a negative number when you multiply two numbers is one of them has to be positive and the other one has to be negative. So one of them has to be positive and the other one has to be negative. And when you add them, you gotta be 7. Okay, so you're looking for two numbers that multiply together, you get negative 18, but at the same time, when you add them, you get 7. And because we get a 7 over here, I know the number is you're going to have more positives than negatives, because you're going to be subtracting those numbers, right? The positive and the negative. So the positive number has to be bigger, has to be a bigger number. So two numbers that multiply together, you get negative 18, but at the same time, when you add it, you got 7. And that will be, I think, 9 and negative 2. See, if you go 9 times negative 2 gives you negative 18. Checks. And 9 plus negative 2, or 9 minus 2, gives you 7. Checks. So those are the numbers. So positive 9, negative 2. So my answer is going to be basically, again, x plus 9 times x minus 2. And again, if you do the FOIL method or the distributive property twice, you should be able to get the original trinomial. Okay? I hope this was helpful for you guys, and please don't forget to do your assignments.